Okay, so what we're casting here today is a Silver League game, and you might ask, what is so exciting about Silver League StarCraft players and their staggering 30 APM? Well, it's simply the strategy employed here. Now, I am the Blue Zerg. I am playing this on a friend's account. That is not my handle. I'm actually using it simply because I wanted to test an interesting exploit I thought I discovered. Now, when I say exploit, I don't mean anything against Blizzard terms of service. I simply mean a cool trick that may enable me to win. Now, this build has several tells. I don't think a pro even could make it really viable. I think this level of play is really the only time you could execute it, and I don't think a low-level player could execute it. So it's really, its only application is people like me who like borrowing friends' accounts and cheesing noobs to make themselves feel better about themselves. That being said, enjoy the show. What I'm doing here is non-standard mineral-heavy build, based loosely on what Spanishiwa did in the recent GeForce Pro-Am, where he used creep pooping from overlords to Sunken Colony rush his opponent. Now what I'm doing here is trying to basically bring that a little earlier into the game by creating a hatchery close to my opponent's base and cancelling it, putting a creep tumor down, and then basically creating a self-sustaining patch of creep, so that I can use slings, queens, and creep colonies to uphill someone. Yes, I am calling them creep colonies instead of spine crawlers because I am a Brood War player. I played it for years, and the fact that they renamed a unit that's practically the same unit with a slightly different animation doesn't really make it a new unit to me, and I doubt I will ever change my stubborn ways and call it its proper name. Anyway, my original intention, by the way, note the rally point going directly to the queen so that my units are always on site. My original intention was to get this extremely close to his base or even up inside his base, but when you have to watch something as painful as this starving, half-crippled queen hobble itself across the map, you get a little flustered, and that's why I eventually decide to build around this area here. Another thing important about this strategy is, as I said, this is the tell. Even if somehow some pro found a way to make this viable, found a way with amazing micro to make this smash a 3-gate or a 4-gate, he wouldn't really be able to make it last. Like, after the first 2 or 3 times it was ever used in a major game, everyone would see this thing coming, because real players, unlike silvers, actually perpetually scout. As you can see, creep tumor building on apparently nothing because the creep was gone. Now it creates new creep, and I'm basically free to start trying to walk towards him. He does have sentries, which again should be the ideal counter. It should be quite hard for me to pull this off, but again, silver players, this is what you expect. Again, not being arrogant, this guy probably is just newer to the game. Nothing against him. He does later in this game comment that it's a good strategy. I don't think he realizes how vulnerable I've been this entire game. He probably could have taken me out. I really don't see this becoming a viable strategy. As I said, too big a tell. Any pro is going to see the long travel time for the queen. One way they could potentially make it viable, however, I guess I should comment on this action. Nothing that exciting. I got a few Zerglings up here, so I had vision to attack this. Nothing really that great going on. He does have enough energy to force field me again, but again, the benefit of testing this against a silver level player is he's not likely to make the best choices because of a lack of experience. Again, he could be taking free shots at me because I don't have hill vision at all. He can see that I'm moving closer. I think he's just intimidated by the move, trying to get his gates off. He's teching the Robo despite the fact that there's early aggression outside his base. So again, if this was a real player, diamond, gold, platinum, whatever, they would probably counter this. I do have quite a few crawlers outside. They're pretty powerful, but I really think this could be stopped. At this point, another benefit of this build, you can spread creep inside their base, preventing their buildings. And as soon as I get an uphill tumor finished, which I'm about to, I have permanent hill vision. It's, again, if you can get it off, you can get it done, it's great. And yeah, I can even create a somewhat wall so he can't rush around me. But you're not going to be able to use this. It's more a proof of concept than an actual build I'm trying to demonstrate here. The one potential, this is just comments on an earlier conversation, nothing important. A interesting idea though, you could perhaps place the hatchery here and start the creep walk a little earlier, because I mean, you'd really have to do the math on the travel time, whether it's more viable to drop a couple creep tumors to get down here, or whether the queen's walk time is going to be less. But right now, yeah, I'm simply toying with him. It's over. But yeah, a good player with 4 gate might have overpowered this. And I'll just let this game wind down to its inevitable ending. Anyway, thanks for watching.